So today's video is going to be all about handling your finances in a pandemic, because let's be honest, it's been a few months since the pandemic thing has started, and by this time I thought most people have handled their finances and they're kind of in a good position, meaning if their income came down, their cost has come down as well. But the more I have conversation with different people, the more I realize that is not the case at all. Meaning, their income has come down, most of them. Some people, their income has grew, but the majority of people, their income has come down, but their cost is still at the same level, which means they actually don't have that much time left or that much runway left. What I mean by runway, by the way, I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Instagram people, you will not be able to see my screen, but you can see my iPad-ish. It's going to be upside down. Not that great. If you want the PDF, just comment down below PDF. I'll send it to you. Facebook people, you guys are lucky because now you can see my screen right here. Hopefully you can see it. So here's the thing. Here's what I mean by a runway. Let's say this is now, and hopefully Instagram can see it ish. And this is where everything's going to go back to being normal, right? Normal. Now, question is, if your income comes down to zero, but your cost stays the same, how long do you have before you run out of money? How long do you have before your business is bankrupt? How long do you have before, God forbid, hopefully it doesn't happen to anybody, you become homeless? You no longer have money to pay your bills, to pay for your food, to pay for whatever it is that you gotta pay for, right? How long do you have? And most people, they either have a couple of weeks, some have a few months, some are doing ridiculously well and they've been responsible and have a year or two worth of saving for their cost. But here's the thing, we don't know how long this is. We don't know how long this is going to last. We may just be at the beginning, there might be a second wave, we may be at the end, we might be at the middle. We don't know how long this is going to last. So it's our responsibility to reduce our cost as much as we possibly can. The first thing I did with myself, with my family, friends, clients, at the beginning of this pandemic thing was that I built a system, which I thought it was kind of logical. It's not really a system, it's a logical step-by-step thing you do, where it allowed me to not only take advantage of the opportunities that I have because of this pandemic thing, but also reduce my cost by almost 50%. And every single person that ran through this has reduced their costs as well, which means more money in your pocket, and that's what we want. We want more cash in the pocket, less money going out, more money coming in. That's what we want during the pandemic. To be honest, that's what we want during any time, but in the pandemic, it's the most important thing to do, okay? And by the way, I'm a huge believer in going on offense and trying to get clients and increasing your income. There's a place for that. Sometimes we got to be on defense and try to reduce our cost and do the best we could do on our defense. So all of the hard work you put on the offense, getting clients, getting income, doesn't go to waste by a really bad cost ratio, if that makes sense. So if we don't want to be one of those people who's going to crash and run out of money before this pandemic thing is back to normal, and instead we want to be one of those people who have enough money during this pandemic and hopefully after the pandemic, so when the income goes up, they can actually thrive through this situation rather than kind of, I don't say die because people are actually dying. Maybe another metaphor. Let's move over. That doesn't matter that much. I just want to make sure that you're financially in a good position during this pandemic thing. So I'm going to run you through the same system that I ran myself, my friends, my clients through, and hopefully this is going to reduce your cost as much as is possible and allow you to take advantage of a couple of situations or a couple of opportunities you have because of this pandemic thing. I don't know where I heard this, but somebody once said, what was it? Don't take advantage of the people, but do take advantage of the situations, meaning you have opportunities right now, you should take advantage of them, but you should absolutely not take advantage of people. I completely forgot who said this, but whoever said it is a smart guy. No, it was a guy. I have no idea who it was though. Anyway, doesn't matter. So here's the thing. Here's a system that we used to reduce our bills. On the left-hand side, I want you to write down every single bill that you have on a recurring basis. Meaning, even if it's just $1, even if it's like $1 or $2, I had a bill that was like 98 cents. It was for an app every single month. I even wrote that one down. Okay, you want to write down every single bill you have. Some of you have a lot of bills, so you may need a couple of pages of this to write everything down. But list out everything you have, no matter how big or small. Write it down. The second thing we want to do is we want to ask ourselves 3 questions: question 1, question 2, and question 3. Question 1 is this a want or a need? Meaning, this thing that you're paying for, is it something that you want? Is it something that is nice to have? Or is this something that you actually freaking need? Is this something that you can't live without? You got to figure it out. And most of the things that you're paying for most likely are a want, not a need. So that's the first question. Second question is, can you survive without it? If you got rid of it, can you survive? Even if you need it, but you still got rid of it, would you be okay? Can you survive? And the third question is, can you get rid of it or reduce it? So here's how it works. First question you ask for each and every single one of these bills or costs. You want to say, is it a want or a need? If it's a want, you want to put a clause in front of it right away. If it's something that you want, it's a luxury thing, you don't really need it, get rid of it. You can buy it again later, or you can continue to pay for it later on. But for now, let's put it on a pause or just cancel it right now. Second thing is, what if it's a need? What if I kind of need this? Then we move to the second question, which is, can you survive without it? And if the answer is yes, then we move on to the second question. If the answer is no, then we put a tick next to it, meaning we're going to keep it because we can't survive without it. But if the answer is, I need it, but I can survive without it, then we move to the last question, which is, can I get rid of it? Do I really want to get rid of it? Or can I actually reduce the cost of this thing? Is there a cheaper alternative to whatever that I am paying for? A prime example of this is one of my clients, Bavin. He had a phone bill. I think it was like $50 or £50, whatever it was. And he actually called the company and negotiated a rate that was cheaper and also upgraded his phone. So now he has a new phone and he's paying way less than £50 for it, which means he's saving money and he's got a new phone. That's one example of reducing it. Another example was, we used to be with ClickFunnels. We found a cheaper alternative that had high quality, more functions. I never thought this. I never thought I would say this, but this company is actually way better than ClickFunnels. And it's 1/3 of the price. So we saved money and we actually upgraded our systems. We upgraded our websites, funnels, membership site, everything. So you want to go through every single one of these bills they have and ask the 3 questions. Is there a want or a need? Can I survive without it? And can I get rid of it? Or do I need to reduce it? And you're going to put a tick if you're going to keep it. You're going to put an arrow down if you're going to reduce it. And you're going to put a cross if you're going to completely get rid of it. Once you have this list, I want you to move every single one of those that had a tick. Actually, let me change the paper right here. Just give me a second. I want you to move every single one of those that had a tick to the right hand side, to over here. And every single one of those that is like a down, arrow down, meaning you're going to reduce it, move it to the right hand side. We're going to move it to over here. And the reason we're going to write it down again is, a lot of times when we are writing it down again, these are the emergency bills. When we are writing it down again and we're looking at it, we're going to realize, do I really need this? Or is it really a want, but I'm pretending it's a need? Usually, typically when I do this with my friends or even with myself, 1 to 2 of these bills over here, you're going to get rid of because they were wants. Unless you've been very strict to yourself the first time around, you may have 0 over there on the right hand side, but typically you're going to get rid of extra 1 or 2 bills. At the end of it, what I want you to do, once you're done and finished, I want you to write down what the total number of cost, how much are you paying? Like bare minimum, how much are you going to be paying every single month? Maybe it's 1,000, maybe it's 2,000, 3,000, whatever your cost is. Maybe it's less than 1,000, which would be fantastic. Now, this number is supposed to be way, way smaller than the number you had before if you added all of these bills up, okay? Now, what that's going to do is that it's going to give you the opportunity to, let's make it green, to actually write this out and be okay. No matter how long this thing goes on, you would be okay, because even though your income is down, or maybe it's down to zero, your cost is manageable as well. Your cost came down as well. Your cost didn't stay up while your income crashed down. And by the way, if your income crashed down, let's do something about it so it goes back up, okay? So that's the defense that I wanted you to work on. I don't want you to focus on it all the time. I don't want you to check it every single time. Just once every 6 months, once every year. If you do this, you know that your defense is pretty much good to go, and you don't need to focus on it. Now we can switch our mindset and focus on the offense all the time, which means go out there, get clients, get more income, increase the cash flow, that kind of stuff, right? Which is what we're going to do right now. We want to just take a look at the opportunities that we have, especially as coaches, because of this pandemic thing. First one is Facebook ads. If you're a coach, if you're somebody who works online, Facebook ads are such a huge opportunity for you right now, because most people have stopped doing Facebook ads, which means they're ridiculously cheap right now. They are the cheapest they have been for the past few years. So if you have some extra cash and you have a long runway, then I would suggest maybe you should start Facebook ads, because it's going to work extremely well for you. But if you don't have the cash, maybe this is something you want to pass on and not take advantage of it. Second one is a new mentor, a coaching program, somebody helping you changing your coaching business, or whatever business you have, or changing your situation. Because right now, let's be honest, we are kind of in a hole. That's us, and we want a way to get out of the hole, right? And it would be much easier, much faster to get a coach, to get a mentor that could help you get out of the situation you're in if the situation is bad. And there has never been once in my life where I haven't had a mentor when I wanted to do something. For example, recently, I've gotten really interested in stock trading, markets, that kind of stuff. And I didn't want to just learn it by myself, spend 10 years making mistakes and potentially lose a lot of money. So I straight away, I paid a lot of money for a coach that could help me and shorten the time frame that I can learn everything. Now I can learn everything faster. I can potentially save money, because I'm not going to make the silly mistakes that I was going to make before. And I'm going to go from not knowing anything to potentially being profitable much faster than I would have if I didn't have a mentor. So every single time in my life, if I want to do something, I'll get a mentor. I suggest you do the same, because they really do pay off. And the third thing is obviously investing in stocks, because right now everything's crashing. If you buy and later on it goes up, you're going to profit from it. Okay, when everything's crashing, it's usually a good time to buy, but that's only if you have a long runway and you have extra savings, extra money that you would be okay if you didn't have access to for now, or even if you completely lost it. Okay, so that's a yes for me, but you got to say yes or no depending on your situation. Last one is daily videos, because right now everybody's at home on their phone consuming content, especially your potential clients, especially your customers. So should you make more content during this pandemic thing than you would normally make? Absolutely. I don't care what you do. I don't care what the situation is like. You gotta be making more content, and this is a yes for everybody. Like, you can tell me all of the excuses why you couldn't do it or what's going on. You have the time. Everybody, you have people's attention because they're paying attention, because they're bored, they're watching, they're consuming. So you gotta go all in and make, this is you going on offense. This is you making videos every single day and trying to get more clients in, okay? And then you can see that there's a other box underneath, and that's simply for you. In your situation, if you have a certain type of opportunity, just write it there and make a decision. Do you want to take advantage of it right now, or do you want to just pass on and say, you know what, this may not be the right thing for me? That's what you want to do. But here's the thing, according to how long, let's draw that again. According to how long it should be like this. Let's write it like this. According to how long your runway is, this is the runway, this is how long, if your income goes down to zero, but your cost stays the same, how long do you have before you crash? According to how long you have, your strategy needs to change, because if you are on a short term, I'm going to write S for short, L for long. If you have a long time, then you shouldn't be focused on small wins right now. You should be focused on a strategy or a game plan that if you start right now, and you work on it all the way until here, then it would pay off hugely, or as Trump would say, bigly. It would pay off bigly, right? So you want to work on long-term projects that would pay off later rather than now, because you can afford it. But if your runway is short and you don't have that much time, then the worst thing you could do is work on a game plan or a strategy. What you need is tactics. What you need right now is do this, get clients. Do that, get more clients. Do this, keep your clients, right? So it's the tactics for for people who are on a, let's change the color, who are on a short period of time type of thing, and a long-term kind of plan for people who have time. And if you're kind of in the middle, you're not really sure, you're kind of like a medium type of long way, maybe it's like a few months, and it's middle, it's not years, it's not weeks, it's a few months, then you should be doing both. You should having a long-term strategy, so by the time you get to the end of your runway, you kind of taking off like an airplane. And you should also implementing tactics, so you have some wins right now and your cash flow kind of goes up right now rather than later. So you got to do a mixture of both if you're in the middle, right in here. Okay, but dude, this is all you got to do. It's simple, it's easy to do. By the way, if you want the PDF both on Instagram and Facebook, guys, if you want this PDF, just comment down below PDF. I'll send it to you, no problem. You don't need to opt in. You don't need to give me your email address. None of that bullshit. I'll just send you the PDF and you can write on it. You can print it, do whatever you want with it. Okay? Just comment down below PDF. I'll send it to either one of you. Instagram, Facebook, Facebook group, and Facebook profile. But that's pretty much it, guys. Every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday, I'm planning to go live inside our Facebook group, and I wanted to kick you off with a defensive video, which was this, just to get your defense ready, just to make sure that you're financially in a good situation. From Wednesday onwards, every single video that I'm going to do is going to be on offense, meaning how do you get more clients during this pandemic thing? How should you create more consistent content, like what the content should be, how should you pivot your offers, the way you run your coaching business, what should you do to keep your clients, what should you do to get new clients during this pandemic thing, because my entire goal is for you to actually thrive during this pandemic thing, because as coaches, we could do that. A lot of businesses can't, but we could, instead of going down and disappear by the end of this pandemic thing. I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to go up. And this filter thing is annoying, but Instagram, hopefully you're enjoying it. So yeah, if you're not part of our high income coaches group, just comment down below, say group or something like that, so I know you want to join the group. I'll send you the link, you can check it out, you can join in, and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday we're going to go live, teach you something, give you a tactic, give you a tool, give you something that could literally change your business. Next week on Wednesday, it's going to be all about the things that you got to be pivot, the things that you got to change inside your coaching business, so you actually go up instead of crashing down. Okay, that's where we want to focus. We want to go all in during this pandemic thing, because as coaches, dude, people need us more than ever. You need to step up as a leader inside your community, inside your niche, because people really need you right now. Okay, so that's what we're going to do inside our Facebook group. Guys, it's been a pleasure talking to you guys. Instagram, sorry I couldn't share my screen with you guys, but Facebook, hopefully you enjoyed that, and I will see you inside the group in Wednesday. See you guys later. Bye bye. Right, I need to figure out how to end this thing. Right, that's done. And I'm guessing this is how you end this one over here. Yeah, that's done. Cool. Instagram. Again, if you would, let me see, a couple of people are on. Hope you're doing well. If you want the PDF that we just went through, sorry guys, I couldn't share it with you because I can't share my PDF on the phone. If you want this, it's too bright. Let me bring the brightness down. So hopefully you can see this. Nope, still too bright. Oops, so you can see it right there. If you want this PDF that will help you reduce your costs and take advantage of the current situations that are around, just let me know. Comment down below PDF. I will send it to you right away. Again, you don't need to opt in for it. You don't need to give me your email address. None of that bullshit. You're just going to get the PDF and you're going to get to work, and hopefully it's going to help you as much as possible. And I didn't end my broadcast inside the Facebook group. Guys, I'm sorry. Let's end it now. All right. Bye-bye.